As for the barley industry, though, apparently they're now going to start looking for new markets where they should be able to replace much of the trade that goes to China in places like Indonesia, the Middle East and also India. Here's Simon Birmingham again, the Trade Minister.
Well, to say I'm deeply disappointed is an understatement. This is a real kick in the guts to Australian barley producers, particularly many of whom haven't had a crop for 2 or 3 years. But we'll get on. We'll get on with the job of producing the best barley in the world, and we'll look for other markets. We reserve our right to contest this decision by China, and we're reviewing that now and working with industry on that.
Apologies, that is the Agriculture Minister, David Littleproud. And I keep saying this, China's going to punish us. Get ready for this. It's the long game. I couldn't believe the amount of people in the Australian media who fell for the crap that they served up last night. They thought that the story was China backs the inquiry into the virus. No. China has said that they are not going to oppose the inquiry, but think it should be done by a different body at a later time than the one that's actually going to happen. Instead, they decided to begin punitive action against Australia, and because little old Australia and little old barley farmers weren't going to make the same type of world headlines, the revenge is beginning. Make no mistake, what's happening here? Beijing's embassy in Canberra issued a statement today regarding this inquiry that is going to happen. They said that it shouldn't happen with the World Health Assembly. Instead, it should be totally different than the one that we have suggested. In fact, to suggest that we had put forward the idea, which has now been picked up by the rest of the world, is apparently a joke, according to these people. At a close look, the draft itself can easily come to that conclusion. Well, there was to be no inquiry of any sort until Australia started this conversation. All those who know the consultation process that's led to the resolution understand this. To claim the WHO's resolution as a vindication of Australia's call is nothing but a joke. China is going to do us slowly. And there are going to be more people in the media who will end up slowly taking the side of China than the people who understand why we had to draw a line. Why the Globe had to turn around and say, when 300,000 people have died, 100 of our own citizens, $6 trillion worth of economic despair, and hundreds of millions of people losing their jobs, there had to be consequences. But it looks like the long-term consequence will, of course, be on us. And I can't tell you that there is anyone that I am more pissed off at tonight than the Treasurer of Victoria. The Treasurer of Victoria is the latest person who has a guaranteed job by the taxpayer, who of course has turned around and taken the China side of things. Remember, China has invented reasons to punish our barley farmers. They invented reasons such as we were artificially propping up these farmers with, among other things, drought and bushfire assistance. And this bloke, because he is part of a government that signed up to the Belt and Road Initiative, that's where you lie back, take it, and they give you a fistful of dollars at the end of it. This is how China is trying to buy off countries, and they have bought off Victoria. And when you buy off a government, you get crap like this. Remember, China did this to us as revenge for us saying there should be an inquiry into a virus that killed 300,000 people and has destroyed Victoria's economy. Roll the tape.
All I can say is that I don't suppose would come as a surprise to anybody that this was the consequence of the way that the federal government had conducted themselves.
Disgraceful. Unbelievable. That man is presiding over a state's economy that is ruined because of the necessary responses and now over-response to what China couldn't control. And he backs China when Australia wants an inquiry.